All right, so thank you everyone for joining us today on Designing Together. We've got the lovely twins with us today from Livity. We're going to be talking about a couple of questions and getting to know them a bit better. If you don't know me, I'm Nate McKenzie, co-founder of Two Pencils and a Pad. We're going to today just do a bit more discovery on their journey and what it takes to be chefs, and also like their cuisine and what they're all about and how they really started, and get to some depths of the questions as well, and then really understand where they're going, where they came from, and then what they're trying to achieve. I'll pass the mic over to you ladies, and you can both introduce yourselves.
Oh, some first, I guess. Kalima, and Karima.
Yeah.
And yeah, obviously, we own and run Livity Plant-Based Cuisine.
Yeah. So our one question for you, both of you, is like, how did it all start? Did you always want to be chefs? Did you always like cooking?
We always cooked. Yeah. I think at first it started off like a means to an end, innit? Like our mum used to work a lot, so we would be left to like make the dinner, things like that. So that's kind of how it started. And then at 13, us two both decided to go vegetarian, but the rest of the family still ate meat. So we started cooking like our own meals and stuff like that. Kind of just where the passion blossoms. And then literally, we were just like one day, oh, should we like, after school, should we do a chef course or something like that? Like, and then next you know, we were training to be chefs. Like, we literally didn't think we wanted to actually like have not proper careers, but a different type of career. We weren't sure of what, and then we're just like, forget it. Actually, do you know what? If we do this chef thing, we're always gonna have a job. Plus, we like cooking, so it was just like, let's just go for that.
Okay.
And ever since, here we are.
Okay. I was gonna ask this at the end, but I'm gonna ask this now. If you weren't chefs, what would you do? What would you be?
I think I'd be a social worker or mentor.
Okay.
Yeah, same. Definitely working with like young children or young people. Yeah.
All right. So you stopped eating meat at the age of 13.
Yeah.
So you went on to the burgers and stuff, or like any fast food?
No, veggie burger. Well, we ate fish them times, so we ate the fish burger and stuff.
Yeah. You don't feel like you missed out on anything? No. That's a quite early age.
It is, isn't it?
That's a lot of willpower as well. So your household was eating meat, but you was eating vegan stuff, actual food.
Not vegan. So what would you say? Pescatarian. Pescatarian.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So hold on. So from you were teenagers growing up, you was cooking all the time. Where did you start? Like, where did you do your courses in terms of like learning?
Oh, okay. So we did 2 years in Westminster Kingsway, which is literally like one of the best catering schools in London. And then we did our final year in Carshalton.
Oh, and how did you find that?
3 years. It was not what we thought it would be. I literally thought it would be cooking, but with a fun element. Like, it was at work. Yeah, it was literally work. We had a restaurant on site, so we would literally cook, go in a restaurant, you would have to serve the customers. And then we had to do all the cooking for the whole college as well. So we didn't have like a canteen. We were the canteen, like our classes. So like you swap it around kind of thing. So it was like one class would bake the bread and the desserts, one class would do the main courses, one class would do like restaurant service, and then we even had like a fine dining service as well. So you kind of got to learn everything.
Oh wow. I see in your faces you weren't too happy about that. You just wanted more.
No, I thought it was going to be jokes. And it was like, some days you'll be finishing college at 10 p.m. Like college.
College.
And then it was all half paperwork. So it wasn't just practical. Because it was a diploma, it was like 50-50 paperwork, like having to understand temperatures and the most craziest things that you never think about. Like, you know, like different body parts of animals, like it was proper intense. Like you have to do butchery, break down like whole animals, like fish as well. Like learning how to scale a salmon and things like that.
Okay. Do you still use all that what you've learned in college till this day? Not
necessarily till this day. A lot of technique we use till this day, but I feel like because we worked a lot with meat and fish, we don't really use it anymore. But we have a lot of knowledge about like how to prepare, how to Like our food knowledge is quite broad.
Yeah. Okay. Off topic. You guys got quite a few piercings. Who's got the most piercings, or do you have identical piercings?
You got now, innit? Because you got the extra nose one. I took mine out. And the extra ear.
Oh,
so
and
I've
extra ear.
Two more extra.
Just curious. All right, cool. All right, so from college, what was the next step? After college, did you go straight into the industry, or?
Okay, this is where the stories kind of go separate. So
was it?
For me, yeah, so after last year of college, actually no, it kind of started off the same. We were both, our last year of college, we were both doing agency work. So that was kind of like where a chef company would call you like literally on a day and be like, this person hasn't got no staff, can you make it there? And you have to like go to London, work in the kitchen. It could be like one day, it could be a week, like things like that. So both did that for a while. But then when we finished college, I literally just started looking for a job straight away. And I ended up working in a restaurant in London Bridge called Roast. And I spent the first 4.5 years of my career there.
Okay.
And then Kalima, on the other hand.
Yeah, mine was a bit different because in my final year, I had my son.
Yeah.
So I literally like took a week off, went back to college, finished my course, and then stayed at home for like, no, I started, did I go back to work?
No, you stayed at home.
I stayed at home for about a year. And then I took then I kind of just worked in so many different places, from a nursery to a gastropub. Then I did agency, and then I became a breakfast chef, and I did that for 5 or 6 years, which was like, basically you start at 4 a.m, you do the breakfast service, and then you finish at 2 a.m. 2 p.m, sorry. I did that for a couple of years. And then finally, our last job, we ended up together, both in main kitchen, me on starters, her on sauce and grill. So we kind of intertwined. I think we worked together about 3 or 4 times during our career, but the longest period was our last job, which was at the Ivy. And yeah, I was there for 3 years.
I was there for like just over a year, I think.
Yeah, and that was the end. And then that's it.
Ivy.
Yeah.
Yeah, was that? How was that? Yeah. How was that? Was that fun?
It was a lot. It was hardcore, but it was good. Like, it was a good learning experience. It was like a proper like, we always worked in like quite top end kitchens anyway. But this one was like the creme de la creme, like the name, and then you kind of get to see behind the scenes. Like,
I feel like everything we done before that geared us up to a kitchen like that, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, so it was okay.
Going in there without no experience, you would have been done out here, like we were both in quite good positions as well. So
yeah, it's not an easy kitchen at all. Like literally.
Where was what Ivy was it? What location?
The main one, so West Street.
Okay. All right, cool.
The original. Yeah.
Okay, so you're at the Ivy. You both finish. Well, you both finish at the same time. Like, you both left at the same time.
No, I literally walked out in the middle of service one day. Like, I was sick. I'd had enough. Like, I was stressed, and I was just like, got in an argument, and I was like, do you know what? Yeah, I ain't got time for this. Bun you lot deal with it without me. And I literally writ up my notice on the spot because I knew I had 2 weeks holiday coming up, which I had already planned. So I literally writ up my notice on the spot, left it on the chef's desk, and said, see you later.
Oh wow. And then it was just
and they left me there. They're like, get your sister back.
Oh, so that's what they said.
Running down the street after her.
I mean, see, that means you must be good then if they wanted you back like that. You just said, I'm done.
Hey, I'm not even gonna lie, we were great at our jobs. Like, we were really good at our jobs. Like,
that's
passion, innit?
But yeah, no, I stayed on about a year. Yeah. About a year after she left.
Yeah, okay. So after that now, I'm guessing we're moving into Livity Cuisine, or am I wrong?
Yeah. So literally, I think
I took some time out, a couple of months. I think it was like maybe 2-3 months where I was literally just chilling at home. And then we're like, Misha, we need to do something now. So I think was it Brixton Vegan Market?
Yeah.
Brixton Vegan Market contacted us. These times we were literally doing cakes and stuff. And we were doing food, but not as a business as such, more as a hobby. Like if people wanted a favor, like we're willing to help and things like that. Yeah, Brixton Vegan Market reached out to us and we started doing that, and it was every Sunday. So yeah, did that for a while, and we were like, okay, this is actually going really good. And so that's when we decided to go to our local market. So then we did the Friday, Saturday in Croydon, and then the Sunday in Brixton. Did that for a couple of months, and then we slowly just crawled more into the week. So then we started doing like the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, things like that, and then we'll end up being full time. And then that's when I was like, Kalima, like, you gotta come now. You actually gotta come. Like, you can't be having me out here. You can't have me out here no more. So.
Okay, all right. And so, now, like, for the people that don't know, what types of food are you selling or are you creating now? Like, what's your basic menu looking like in terms of where you're at now?
So I would say it's a take on classic Jamaican dishes, but made vegan. So ITOR. So we try and like use the most fresh ingredients, whole foods only, stuff that are not really like too full of preservatives. Like we've kind of had to adapt. Like ITOR in general should be like completely pure. But we found like we have to have a balance with everything that we do. So we do like some of our dishes which are like completely preservative free and all of that. But then we have stuff like our mac and cheese and stuff that might have like vegan cheese and stuff, just to balance it so we're pleasing everybody. But then we'll still make sure it has like no soy, like still as clean as possible. Yeah, we still use like spelt flour, whole wheat flour, all those kind of stuff. So even our bad stuff is pretty good.
Yeah, I know. I've had that food. It's great. Even my dad's on it. So all right. So you've done your whole journey. What has been probably the biggest challenge from where you started and where you are now? The biggest challenge.
I would say just literally having people like building up our brand. I think that's been the hardest thing, because like literally when we went out there, people were like, I remember doing our first like couple of vegan events and that, and people were like, what is this? Like, how can you be vegan and Caribbean? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, like we literally used to go home and be like, are we doing the right thing? Like, there was no one doing this at the time. Like everyone, there would be people, black vegans, but they still would cook like, they wouldn't really cook traditional food. Yeah. So like us coming out now was like literally like saying to people like, yo, we're here and what we're selling you is the real deal. Like this ain't no like made up thing. People have been eating this way forever. Do you know what I'm saying? So it was like almost having to educate every single person that came up to you for them to understand the concept and understand what we're trying to do. So that was like, it was a lot. It was kind of disheartening. It was like, you got your family saying, guys, why don't you cook chicken as well? Why don't you do both? Like, you lot are chefs, you're limiting your clientele. Like, it was a lot. It was a lot. Like, there's so many times we're like, shit, is this gonna work? I think that was the hardest thing, like literally just getting off our feet and people recognizing and do everything by ourselves from zero money. Zero cash funds. Literally, like we would do one market and the money that we made for the market would like buy the ingredients for the next day. Like that is literally how we run things. So that was another thing, like learning to do more than cooking as well. It's like now you have to manage your business, you have to manage your money, manage your cash flow, like so many other things as well that I feel like people don't necessarily realize that you have to know to run a business successfully. And you're gonna have to ask people for help as well. If you don't know nothing or something, you're gonna have to reach out to people, go on courses, find a mentor, so many stuff.
I hear that.